Simple if statements. Let's run an example program. I've loaded all of our examples into our MonoDevelop solution and brought up the suitcase example, and I'm going to run it. Right-click on this Windows machine, run item. How many pounds does your suitcase weigh? Oh, let's say it's 70. And it tells me there's a 25-pound charge because it's so heavy. And thank you for your business. Okay, let's continue. Let's try running it again. How many pounds does your suitcase weigh? Let's try 40 this time. Thank you for your business. There is no statement about it being too heavy. It's not. Let's look at the program. Here is the body of the main program. First of all, we use our UIF class. It's prompt double and prompt the user about the weight and get back a value which we call weight. Here's the new syntax. If, in parentheses, weight is greater than 50, and implicitly here there's a then, you would do a console.writeLine and you see the charge. So if weight was 75, this would be if something that's true, then do this. An if statement, like any other statement, works in order with the statements around it. The first statement, the declaration, then we've got the if statement, and here it ends at this closed brace. And so when we're done with this statement, we go on to the next statement in sequence, and there we have thank you for your business that we saw. Remember the second time, the weight was 40, and so the condition is false, and much as in English, if it's not true, you don't do the thing that you say if it is true. So we skipped the charge for the luggage. So there wasn't anything actually accomplished by this statement, but it does actually run and do the check. And then we still go on in sequence to the next statement. So we always print out thank you for your business. And the name of this kind of statement is an if statement. Here's the syntax in general. Keyword if. In parentheses, we have a condition, like weight is greater than 50. And then it's followed by a statement. This statement is only executed if the condition is true. We will often want to actually put more than one thing to do, not just one statement. So there's a very useful thing called a compound statement. Notice the braces here, which we also had in the program. If you have braces like this, it makes a compound statement. So syntactically, it's a single statement, even though it may have one or more statements inside between the braces. So syntactically, that is just a statement, and it fits in this format. You're going to be recommended to put these braces in general to allow for as many statements as you'd like. And here's a silly little example that puts a couple statements inside the braces. Imagine this is some sort of bank program which checks if your balance is less than 0. If you happen to have a backup account that will fix it, then we will transfer in opposite the balance. Again, if you're at minus 20, you want to transfer in $20. So we have to take that away from the backup account, and then we can add the transfer to your balance, which will bring it to 0. Anyhow, it was just an example where there were several statements that made logical sense if, in this case, the balance was less than 0. Now here we have a choice, just as in the previous one, between doing something, printing out about the suitcase being too heavy or messing with the balances, or doing nothing. There's no problem if the balance is not negative. There's no problem if the weight of the suitcase is less than 50. But often you do want two explicit possibilities, and we go on for that in the next section.